Wings, perhaps the greatest mobility accessory in Terraria alongside Terraspark boots. There are tons of wings in Terraria, many with their own special effects, flight times, and perks, and all of them allowing flight and slow fall. The sheer amount of wings can be overwhelming, and so in this video I'm gonna go over the quickest way to progress with wings through Terraria, meaning I'll talk about all the fastest ways to craft your first pair of wings in early hard mode and the fastest way to get the next best pair without wasting any time at all. Since all wings except fledgling wings are hard mode exclusive, I'm not going to include them in this wings progression guide since they're a super rare find and in my opinion not worth the grind. There are 4 stages to this guide, from early hard mode to end game. Remember to leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Now let's get straight into it. Stage 1, early hard mode. Right after you beat the wall of flesh, there are several wings that are available to get, and all of which are awesome. However, the first pair of wings that I recommend that you get are the fairy wings. I say this because compared to all other typical early hard mode wings like the angel and demon wings, the fairy wings have a substantially higher flight time and flight height, and a slightly better horizontal speed as well. Comparing fairy wings to fin wings, frozen wings, and harpy wings, which are all other wings that you can get as soon as hard mode hits, you'll see that they all have the exact same stats, the same flight time, flight height, and horizontal and vertical speed. However, the difference is in how much easier it is to obtain the fairy wings. The fin wings drop less than 1.5% of the time from angler quests in hard mode, and even though you don't need to beat wyverns for them, doing almost 100 angler quests isn't easy nor a quick feat. The frozen and harpy wings require an ice feather and a giant harpy feather, one which drops from a very rare and difficult to beat ice golem which only spawns during blizzards, and the other which has less than a 1% chance of dropping from harpies in the sky. The fairy wings on the other hand require 99 pixie dust, which is about a 10-minute job in the surface hollow, especially with the help of some monster spawn rate boosting items. First, you'll need to beat wyverns. These massive sky dragons only spawn on floating islands in hard mode and are a bit of a pain to defeat due to their high health, damage, and speed. Each one has a guaranteed chance to drop 5 to 20 souls of flight, and 20 souls of flight are required to make almost any pair of craftable wings in Terraria, meaning you'll have to defeat up to 4 of them to get enough souls to make wings. Anyone who's played Terraria before knows how annoying they can be. And so to make the fight as quick as possible, here's what you should do. Use a gravitation potion and find a floating island by flying up and down through the air. If you've already found one, get up to it by building up a rope. Once you're there, place down a couple wooden platforms coming off from the side of the island to make a little skybridge arena. Place down campfires and a water candle from the dungeon, and then wait for wyverns to come and attack you. Using the same pre-hard mode armor and healing potions that you used to fight the wall of flesh is fine, since wyverns would probably two-shot you even if you had early hard mode gear like the cobalt or palladium armor. Instead, use accessories like the Shield of Cthulhu to dash, and Frostbark boots are higher to move quickly and dodge. Piercing weapons are best since they allow you to hit the wyvern multiple times and defeat it quickly. Once you get 20 souls of flight, head on over to the Service Hallow Bomb and start collecting pixie dust. 1, 2, or 3 pixie dust will drop from every pixie, meaning you'll need to defeat about 50 of them, not too bad. Placing down the water candle and drinking a battle potion will help here as well. Once you have 20 souls of flight and 99 pixie dust, craft fairy wings at a mithril or a calcum anvil. Next is stage 2, mid-hard mode. The next pair of wings I recommend getting can be obtained after defeating at least one mechanical boss, which usually would mean after Queen Slime and the Destroyer. There are none other than the butterfly wings. They provide the same stats as other wings at the same stage of the game minus the tedious crafting. For example, the bat wings, bee wings, and flame wings all require ingredients that have a drop chance of 2% or even lower, but the butterfly wings require only 1 butterfly dust, dropped 50% of the time from moths in the underground jungle. Moths are somewhat rare but not too difficult to find, and definitely not too difficult at all to defeat. They're slow moving and tanky. You'll probably have a harder time dealing with surrounding enemies like the moss hornets and jungle creepers than the moth itself. Now is stage 3, late hard mode. Save up some money as you defeat the rest of the mech bosses, Plantera and Golem with the butterfly wings. Then, right after Golem, purchase the steampunk wings for 3 platinum from the steampunker. She sells them at all times, so you won't have to worry about waiting. The reason you should go straight to them is because compared to other endgame wings, they're super easy to get and pretty high up in terms of stats. They're much better than the Spectre and Beetle wings, but only slightly worse than Fishon and Empress wings. The main point is that they're super easy to get, only 3 platinum from the steampunker after Golem, and good enough to beat the Moonlord with. If you're having trouble with money, try going through your chest and selling useless things like old weapons and tools. For a complete guide on money optimization, check out the link in the description below. Finally, we have stage 4, post Moonlord. This one is pretty simple, the Celestial Starboard. It's an expert mode exclusive item and the best pair of wings in the whole game with better stats than every other wing pair. In normal mode, you could also make the Nebula Mantle, Vortex Booster, Solar or Stardust Wings. I prefer the Vortex Booster since they can hover and boost forward similar to the hoverboard but better. Here are some other quick honorable mentions. If you can't find the Moths in the underground jungle, the Steampunker sells the jetpack on moon phases 4 to 8. You could use them to defeat the other 2 mech bosses and worry about getting the butterfly wings later if you'd like. Also, the festive, spooky, and tattered fairy wings are all identical alternatives to the steampunk wings and can be used to fight Moonlord as well. They're dropped from the Frost and Pumpkin Moon invasions with drop chances increasing up to possibly 20%. And that's it. What do you think about the suggestions I made in this video? Is there any pair of wings that you would like to include in this quick progression guide that I didn't? Remember to leave a like if you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.